Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Griddle Champions, where we're making some pancakes this morning. How's everyone going? How's everyone doing? Lee, you there? Can you hear me? Oh, hey, Lee, you there?
I am here.
Hey, there we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Shawn. And with me today is Lee Goldberg, a fantastic pancake artist, and we're going to be drawing the weekend buffs. If you don't already know who they are.
Hello, internet friends.
Woo! How's everyone doing? Oh. I'm excited. How are you doing today, Lee?
I'm doing great. I am so excited. I love making all D&D pancakes, and the Idle Champions characters are perfect for the pancake treatment.
Yeah. So we're doing all the weekend champs, and then if we have some extra time, we have maybe one or two extra things at the end, who will show at the end if Lee's quick enough. He's got some fast hands, so I think we'll be fine.
And I'm ready to start whenever you would like me to.
Let it rip, man.
All right.
You're the artist.
First up.
Yeah, if you can guess the champion who Lee's making, that'd be great. Let's see if people can figure it out. Just already the ding dong hi Shawn's in chat. Oh. That joke will follow me for the rest of my life. I did come dressed for the occasion. I have my chef hat, courtesy of Eric, and I got my apron, my Slayer's Cake apron, ready to go. Eric says ding dong hello Lee.
Hello.
Do you know the story behind that at all? Have you seen that at all?
I saw the clip.
You did? Oh, you did see the clip. Okay, good.
I did. That's pretty much where it starts and stops. Is I saw the clip and it is hilarious, but I don't know the genesis of how that came to be.
Yeah, we were doing our super long stream for the day. It was like a 7-hour stream where Margaret was doing a bunch, and then we had Mars and Garwar. And then it was me coming into a Zoom call, and when you come into a Zoom call, it usually goes ding dong. And then for some reason something happened, and it started looping, and it just that was it. And then Margaret died on stream. I had to panic and restart my computer, all just to get into the stream. It was panic-inducing, but really funny at the end of the day.
That's how a lot of things go. Is in the moment, terrifying.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the day, pretty great.
But the birth of a new meme is always a fantastic thing to be a part of, and just to see people go off and be like, oh my god, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. So now most of the time, if I get pinged in our Discord, it's always followed by ding dong, hi Shawn. So, our Green Paradox once says, "What is a breakfast lover's favorite band? Pancake at the Disco." But
nice.
How often do you get pancake jokes?
How often do I get pancake jokes? Yeah. Pretty often. I've had people that have been like, honestly, I didn't even know what your name was. I just thought pancake guy, and I was like, cool.
Just pancake guy. Storyteller Mars wants to ask, all right, so I have to ask, how did this get made? This is a great idea for a show. What's the story behind it happening?
I'm by sure not the first pancake artist, but I actually am also a cook at a residential treatment center. So it's a thing where I'd be doing brunches for all the residents, and in the beginning, everybody comes, and so at the end, you've got a trickle in of just a couple of people, and so I would just take the eggs and the hash browns, and I would do something like a face out of out of sausage, bacon, and just really kind of.
Oh, you make the smiley faces on the plate and stuff?
Yeah. And so I did that, and I had a resident that was helping me serve one day, and he's just like, have you ever heard of pancake art? I think you'd love it. And I had not heard of pancake art, so I checked it out, and I sure did love it. And so I had just, I had a vat of pancake batter left over, and I just kind of went crazy with it. I got coffee filters to try my first hand at making anything, and it was really, bad.
Oh, did you
but,
use like the coffee filter as like the pipe as like a piper?
Yeah, like a
Oh,
pipe.
yeah, yeah.
I just put it in the top, and then I just kind of poked a hole in the bottom and let her rip on a giant flat top. And so it got it was messy, it was really inaccurate, and it burned a bunch, but it was so fun to do that I just kind of kept with it. And I'm really glad I did, because eventually I started getting like the squeeze tube, because everything that was online that you could see of it was all like that sped up time lapse. So
Oh, yeah.
it was one of those, oh, okay, I sort of see what they're doing, but also, what the hell are they doing? So I kind of had a lot of guesswork and internet stuff. And then I reached out pretty much to anybody that was making any attempts on it online on Instagram. And Dan and Hank from Dan Cakes, they replied and they said, we like what you're doing, looks cool. And they gave me some tips, some color mixing tips. And it really just grew from there. Like, we became friends, and then eventually their business started really kind of expanding, and they got a whole bunch of events and things. And so I came out to St. Louis and I signed as an apprentice.
Ooh.
Yeah. And now I get to do crazy stuff like this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I remember like it's like Monday or like something like the week beforehand. Eric's like, "Hey, I'm about to go on lunch," and Eric's like, "Hey, we're jumping into a meeting really quickly." It's like, "Okay." He's like, "We want you to do a stream with this guy named Lee who makes pancake art and just talk about Al Champions." I was like, "What? You want me to talk about Al Champions while doing like pancakes? like that sounds great."
Yeah, that's that's the ideal scenario in my opinion for.
Yeah, like, not once did I ever imagine in life that I'd be streaming with someone who's making pancake art about a game. It's so weird. If you told me 10 years ago, I'd be like, "You're crazy. There's no way."
Yeah, there's yeah, I got a DM today, someone that reached out to me to have a discussion. And they're like, "Sorry about the unusual reach out." It's just like, "Hey, I am prepping colors for a pancake art stream."
Nothing is unusual at this point.
Yeah, there is no unusual anymore.
Yeah. That's so funny. That's great. Zeke says, "This is the coolest way to announce weekend buffs." Yeah, it is. It's like I said, like when getting that meeting from Eric and being like, "Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a Friday stream where someone makes pancakes about L Champions." It's like, what? That's crazy. I love it. Dave wants to know how many nanoseconds it took me to say yes. It was probably about half of a nanosecond for me to say yes.
Yeah, for me, when he broached the subject, it took me a moment to be like, "You're serious?" It was one of the. It's also, just in a time where it's like, boy, I could really use a win. Oh,
Yeah.
this is gonna be. So it's I'm super excited, and I love doing pancake art, but there is nothing that makes me happier than doing tabletop RPG style.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to check something here really quick. So I got some people saying that the code's not working, so I'm just gonna test it out myself really quick. Yeah, no, it worked. It works for me. So if people says that it's not working, just make sure you're spelling it right. YUMMYPANCAKE. Got it working for me. She gets you the 1 gold chest for the stream this time. This is an Idle Champions code, not a Crusaders code. So if you're trying it in Crusaders, it's not gonna work. Oh, fun fact too is Margaret left her Idle Champions logged in. So if I wanted to, if I was evil enough, I could give her their purple dress, but I'm not going to because I'm nice. It's like she's got it's an epic item for Havler that she's really wanting to get, and it's like the only one she's missing. And I've been like low key like teasing / threatening her. Like, I'm gonna get it for you. I'm gonna add it for you. She goes, no, no, no. So I messaged her this morning like, you left yourself logged in. Like,
Oh no.
yeah, like the power that I have right now. Oh, Talonclaw, thank you for all the subs. Thank you for gifting them all. That's fantastic.
Pretty sure it's Chaotic Good Monk, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
this is why I tease and not do it, right?
have there been any guesses yet?
There's been a couple. I saw. Let me just look back here. I saw people guessing Canterbury. I saw someone say Celeste. It's been all so far.
I think we're about to come up on a
key point.
Yeah, on an undeniable who it is coming up pretty soon.
Someone guesses Ayla. I'll keep the guesses coming, guys. I'm not gonna tell you even if you get it. The reveal is like the best part. So, Dana Wolf 1973 says, "So Shawn, do you get to taste this yummy stuff?" I wish.
I do.
Yeah. Lee gets to. But you're in Arizona, right?
Yeah, I'm in Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix, yeah. So super far away. Even with like next day shipping, probably wouldn't be the best.
No. You'll lose a little bit of its luster for sure.
Yeah.
Although we do have a way that we preserve pancakes.
Oh.
In fact, I do believe Greg Tito in his office has the because the studio is in St. Louis where we have our base of operations, and so for me, I don't really get to do kind of the same like in studio crazy good works of like the videos and the time lapses. But when I was out there, I spent an hour and 45 minutes making one of the D&D book covers, like the entire cover into a pancake. Yeah. And it was so fun. And it's one of those like super scary things because you're like, okay, I have so many opportunities for this to mess up. Like I could have one thing that looks so off, and while some people might be like, oh, it's still really cool, I'm sitting there like, yeah, but that hand.
Well, it's the artist view, right?
Right.
Yeah. There's a point in time like years like when I was like coming out of high school, I worked in a recording studio for like a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. And the guy running it told me he would never let the artists listen to their own music until it was done, because it's always like there's this chord I need to fix, or there's this little thing that could be better. There's always something they'll find they'll want to go and fix it, so they'll just never get done at that point, right? So
yeah, although it's one of the things that's really nice about pancake art, so if people want to try it at home, I so recommend it, is even if you make a mistake that is just, major and, you're sitting there like, oh man, this looks totally wrong. When all is said and done, you still made a delicious pancake. So mistakes are delicious is kind of our motto.
Mm-hmm. It's a joke from Supply 215 says, week 2 of isolation, pancakes of vegan characters. What will week 6 be like?
Well,
maybe
also pancakes.
Also pancakes, yeah. And Cry 3737 asks me, "Are you the Shawn that is always fixing the stuff that people are complaining about?" Shawn, yeah, that's me. I am the one and only support guy. I'm taking a little break from tickets for now, just to bring you this great pancake art. And then once I'm this and I'm back home, I'm back to tickets. It's been a week. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah.
I'm so glad that I can be your weekly respite.
Oh, thank you. It's like that, like a rest spot in Dark Souls, like the nice little bonfire. Like I just need a quick break here, and then I can get back into the fight.
Oh, I think of myself more as like a, hey there, stranger.
Oh yeah, what are you buying?
I got a pancake. What are you flipping?
Yeah, yeah. What are you flipping? I saw some people commenting that it looks like Vex from Critical Role, as much as I would love that, no Critical Role champions yet. They're very, very much like that. But, they're really busy, and they're really busy with their with everything right now. Jeez. Did you get into the what is that called again? The cartoon they're making?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Oh, that should be out this year, right? Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. And
there is Spurt. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there is Spurt.
I can tell you this. I will probably end up making some pancakes about it.
I can't wait to see those. All right. So for people who the code's not working, we are looking into it. It's strange that it's working for some people and not all. So we're taking a peek into it and see what's going on. If someone who hasn't gotten the code yet and gets the error message, can you take a screenshot of it and post it in the Discord, and we can take a peek? Thanks. Is it Adoc? Adoc? Yes. Thank you. It's discord.gg/idlechampions. Someone can link it in the chat as well. So we just need one. Don't need a lot. Amber Alt F4 posted in Steam Bugs. Perfect. Thank you. Oh. Man, it's so fast. You drive things so fast.
Yeah, it's the heat on the thing is sort of giving me that whole like, hey buddy, you want to do this fast? I'm like, no, not really. Like, well,
yeah,
I'm cooking.
Yeah, you can kind of see the bubbles coming up from the
Yeah, you definitely when you're doing something like you're trying, especially if you're doing it for someone to look at you doing it, you want to have it with enough heat so that when you're finished drawing it, you're not waiting the entirety of its cook time. There's still some cook time that you really need to allow for, but you also want to be able to kind of show it off and not have to be like, okay, now we wait for 20 minutes while it cooks.
Yeah.
So upon completion, it should be pretty close to ready.
Yeah. Someone's asking for pancake emotes. I think that'd be fun. That'd be great.
It would be awesome.
So are you currently playing D&D in any? Well, I guess maybe not right now, but are you in any D&D groups?
Yeah, I have my home game, which is a lot of fun. We're in our second campaign.
Oh, second. Ooh.
I gotta say, I'm a swashbuckling rogue, which is just a whole lot of fun to play because it's the most bardic rogue I feel like you can be.
Yeah.
But boy, do I miss my necromancer.
I'm playing a necromancer in our after work game when it's running. Yeah. We're only level 3 though, so I don't have raised dead yet.
Oh man, we went to our big boss fight,
Ooh.
and I low key kind of was like, hey, when people die, I need you to take them to this facility for a reason. Because, it's really fun to be like lawful evil because what do I consider the laws, Lord Grozit's laws, and try not to kind of step on anyone's toes to ruin my fun, but making that character able to fit and work with and narratively make sense in a chaotic good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of murder that at one point my character's like, you sure you're the good guys?
Yeah, it's I'm kind of, I guess, unlucky because our group is just a bunch of mean people. like everything that's happened so like I'm not used to being in like a really like I guess like mean group. Like the players are great. The characters are just like mean to everybody they come across.
Right.
It's like either give us money or we kill you. Like it's simple enough. Like it's one or the other, right? Like we found some money in a dungeon. We were praying with that. Okay, well, we're gonna bring you back to your home so you can pay us and give us a place to stay for the day because we're pretty beat up saving you. And then we brought him back, and the guards in front of the house were like, no, we don't want him. So we just killed him. And we dragged his body. We dragged him away and like killed him and like just dumped his body somewhere. Like, all right, that's it. And then moved on, went back to the inn and slept. It's like,
well, we got to level 20 on ours. So at one point, because we were fighting, the hells and the generals and all of that.
Yeah.
At one point, I did pretty much have a true polymorphed Planetar Pokemon that I brought with me. And that was a lot of fun.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And it was fun to do too because it was sort of like when I first brought her in, because I switched into her. I was originally a very Bleach-inspired monk.
Like Bleach the anime?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, Bleach the cleaning product.
Oh, okay.
No, the anime for sure.
Yeah. Their creators come out with some new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Kubo. Is coming out with a new show called Burn the Witch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's supposed to be in that same like Bleach universe.
Oh, that's awesome. I got into anime. I got into just everything that is my life now, late in life.
Yeah. I got into D&D pretty late in life, so I feel that. Me and some 32. Friends. Oh wow, really? I think I got into it like at like 27, like 26, 27. No wait, no, I've watched Critical Role for longer than that. It's probably like 25, I think, somewhere in that. Oh, is it flip time?
It is. So what I do is I try to make sure that when I'm ready to get it flipped, I'm not going to tear it apart in the flip.
Yeah, obviously.
So then now, yes, it is flip time.
Oh, drum roll. And boom, Canterbury. Look at that. That's so cool. Little arrows. Ooh. So she is one of the champions on our weekend. So that looks so good. Oh my god. I love the pauldron there too. Oh, so good.
Just take a quick picture.
Ooh. Okay, maybe for some people, 27 is not that old to get into D&D, but for me, it feels old. Storyteller Mars wants to ask, what's been your experience with Idle Champions so far?
I love it. I actually met Eric years ago at Stream of Many Eyes, and so it was the people before the game that I loved. Just was really, I know, right?
That's so sweet.
I'm pandering, but it was just really nice. I spent like 2 hours hanging out with Dylan, Lauren Urban, and Hunter, also known as Dookie Shed on Twitter, and we just hung out and talked in Waterdeep Tavern. So it was the first super surreal moment. Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of super surreal moments when you get into both pancake art and
Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
And Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Stream of Many Eyes would be amazing to go to.
Oh, the streams are so much fun.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember my previous job before this one. One of my friends there was actually one of Dylan's really like super close high school friends. And I remember him telling me that his one of his best friends was Dylan was at Stream of Many Eyes, and he was like, "Oh, I'm super excited to hear about it and stuff." It was like, "Oh, man, something could be super exciting, just to go to any big D&D live event like that." And
yeah. We've done TwitchCon a couple of times with them. It's just really fun because the community is the best thing that I've been a part of ever. Really, I just, especially kind of with everything that's going on right now, just the amount of positivity from the people I follow and talk with. it's really, really good for my mental health to see that, and the fact that no one did any April Fool's jokes that were super inappropriate was also really helpful.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of April Fool's jokes from what I saw this year. I guess now's not like the best time for it.
It's the absolute worst time for it.
Yeah, it's a weird timing for it. It's like if it's like a wholesome April Fool's joke, it'll work, but if it's like the wrong kind, right? So
I'm just glad no one thought that this was an April Fool's joke.
yeah, and that's probably why we didn't like announce it on the first,
yeah.
right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Idol Champions of Pancakes, totally gonna happen. No, guys, tune in on Friday. It's gonna happen. I promise.
I swear. I don't know. Yes, I'm giggling about it, but it's joy.
Yeah.
It's merriment and mirth.
Yeah. So Talon Claw wants to know what got you into pancake art. I think we did answer this a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, what got me into it is also just the fact that I, up until 2014, was in a pretty dark place in my life, and I went and kind of did the things to kind of get sober and to turn my life around. So I kind of, in a very real way, started my life over at 29. And just being a cook, I got the opportunity to really just try those things out, and I stayed with it because it was, a good artful hobby is a really nice way to just do something with those quiet hours and things like that.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't have the time or I don't have the patience for a lot of the traditional art stylings, because I overthink. I'm a classic overthinker.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm doing this nose is been tricky. When I'm doing regular form art, I am a classic that that picture of the horse where it talks about like hour 1, hour 2, and then it just gets
yeah, I think so.
more. Yeah, that felt like it was written about me. So with pancake art, I really have to turn my brain off and just go on instinct. That's why having it cooking is helpful, because I can't really stop and go, maybe not, or this is this. So I have to just keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really kind of nice to be able to just let instinct take over when brain wants to be like, all right, you're done.
Have you found that like your artistic skills have like maybe transferred from the Griddles like a pen and paper?
Yeah, I mean, I still struggle with I don't enjoy the time it takes to do what I want it to look like.
Yeah.
So I still don't draw nearly as much as I really should. For being honest, I need to be practicing my drawing a little bit more.
Yeah. I imagine there's a bit of like a difference too between like drawing on a griddle with like the bottle you're using and then like a pencil and pen or pencil and paper, right? So
I mean, really the most of it is just the super obvious parts, like the squeeze bottle to pencil. But otherwise, although I will say I find pancake art to be more cerebral and more like a social science-y sort of way, because the human brain wants things to work, so if I tried to draw, like if I'm doing a portrait of someone and I tried to draw every single thing that I saw in their face, it would look like a melted G.I. Joe, I just trying to get all the shadows and folds and things like that. So what I try to do is find what are those defining characteristics that really kind of put those pieces together, and then I sort of go from there. And then I also have to sort of just give the idea of a line. Like if you put just a little line of this color here, it's going to translate into it's going to translate into like a really pronounced cheekbone simply because there is like a line that goes like that. And
Yeah.
so I think that that's a really fun aspect of it, is not trying to decide what to put in, but more how to edit appropriately.
Yeah, and that's one thing growing up I have never been good at, has been drawing in any sort of fashion.
The real question is, how much have you tried? Like to just sit down, pen to paper.
Yeah, I think I tried a bit like growing up as a kid, but just I guess I never really enjoyed it either. So that was part of it too. Even like my coloring, and like I remember the specific point in grade 2 where I was coloring something, and the teacher thought it was so bad I had to take coloring lessons off the side.
That's not. Although, you know what, my hands aren't the steadiest, which is also kind of, I chose a weird thing to do. But if I could have failed kindergarten because of scissor skills,
Oh no.
I would have. I could never cut like
that
a straight line.
Yeah. Oh. Imagine that parent-teacher conference. Like, I'm sorry, we have to fail your child out of kindergarten. Can't cut a straight line.
Oh no, my parent-teacher conferences existed. They were just, why does your son's what's it called? The like the hand turkey for Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Why does his have a grenade launcher? And
the turkey's going to war.
yeah, I mean in a different time there would have been a whole lot of different questions. But yeah, I always, action movies and comic books, I just like the art way of it, not the anger and aggression. I've never been an angry person, really.
That's good. Yeah, I think I'm in that same boat. I'm a very like down to earth kind of person, right? So, all right, got some questions here from Quanny. To be specific with the fix for Tyrol, so you can use with the game dead document. Oh yes, there is that Tyrol bug right now where if you use the bear form alt, it's causing problems. I have fixed. I think that has been fixed on our end. I think that just needs a build to go out and then have that all fixed up there. Spoondog69, is there a bug where it seems like the last minion is bugged and takes forever to kill? It's been happening ever since boss fight where I kill the boss and last guy will have around E80 health on around 200. I think I saw chat answering this one. Likely crawl issue, because his trader spec will bounce off a bunch of minions and kill them all. But if you have one left, it doesn't affect anybody that well. So that's probably the case there. And then Inchris wants to know, Lee, do you read any D&D related books at all, or just the PHP? Are you a big fan of any author in particular?
I haven't got. It's one of those things. My biggest shame is that I know very little lore, and I want to change that, but it is that daunting, like, where do I start? What do I do? And then, like with the streams that I watch a lot of, the concept of 25 days of watching one show, or getting caught up on so many of the shows that are there. And I also I'm a very, like, I move around a lot. My day job, I'm a cook.
Yeah.
So, and it's a kitchen where it's just me making the meal for everybody. So I kind of can just put my headphones in and listen. And then I have a 8-month-old baby at home. So the concept of like telling my my partner, like, hey, I just got back from working 8 hours and you had the baby and you did all this stuff and all I did was cook a meal for a bunch of people. So what I'm going to do now is hide away and play or read these books. So I do need to find time because, gosh, I love the game. I love fantasy. I love the lore. I just have not given myself that kind of opportunity to really dive in.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of different like D&D books out there too, and just like Aaron M. Evans is the one that comes to mind just because of Havilar and Farida. There's a ton out there. I haven't gotten, like, that was one thing I never got into either, was reading those kinds of books. Yeah, I do have an Aaron M. Evans book at home that I bought thinking like, oh, this is D&D. This might be cool. And I bought it and put it on a shelf, and then that was it. I haven't touched it since. And I feel really bad about it. Every time I see it, I'm like, these characters are in the game and the company I work for. I should probably read this book. But then I'm like, oh, well, Critical Role's on, so I'll watch that.
Yeah, and it's sort of like when I was a kid, and it was 90s X-Men, so I felt like I knew a lot about X-Men. It's like I knew a lot about 90s X-Men. I knew a lot about the cartoon show I'm watching, not necessarily what's happening in the books.
Yeah.
So at least I've never been like, well, here's how it's really going on, because I'm just going off of the one way that I've seen it, and I can't really try to be like a pro and someone who knows exactly what it is. And I love fantasy, and I love the stories that get weaved. I don't know enough about them. I need to change that. that. So please send the recommendations of where to start, and I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm also possibly gonna regret that when I get a million books.
A million book recommendations, yeah. Do you have a favorite author right now?
Brandon Sanderson.
Oh.
I've always really loved. I love the fact that with him, and it's probably why I really enjoyed D&D as well. Is he once said something along the lines of, the more important the magic system is to resolve the goals, the more you have to define it. And I really like the limitations. I like the darn near overdosing on magic, and it having pushing yourself so hard that it has a really lasting effect. So I really like the defined worlds that he kind of makes, and so that's one that just comes. I mean, that's probably the only books that I can say I've read multiple times.
Oh, I feel bad. I have not. My girlfriend's really, really into Brandon Sanderson. I have not read any of his books. And I might get a little bit of flame for that, because Justin's also a really big fan of Brandon Sanderson as well. So, Mars, I'm sorry. We have a stack at home I need to get to, but reading hasn't been on my priority list.
Yeah, that's it. It's like one of those things. The idea of it seems perfect and ridiculous all at the same time to me right now.
Yeah.
How could I? If only I had the time.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But then I spend time. Then I'm sitting on my couch scrolling through TikTok for 5 hours. Man, I have so much. I don't have any time right now. I'm just scrolling through. Some other questions here. Rafael says, your drawings are greatly. So.
Thank you.
That's nice. Another question from Mars. Lee, what champion are you most excited in creating in pancake art, and which one are you dreading the most?
There's no real dread, except for the concept of someone that has a million colors. Just for the practical, I have to mix and then clean the bottles of those colors.
Oh yeah.
So because one of the things that really helps me when I'm doing this is the concept of people are fallible, and pancakes aren't always an exact science. So I don't I don't beat myself up too badly over one that I think I could have done better. Well, then I'm gonna do better the next time. But I mean, it's a world where I make pancakes into artwork. If I take that too seriously, then what am I doing?
Yeah,
I'm professionally playing with my food.
You always get told growing up to not play with your food, but then people make a living off of it, right? No.
Yeah, I life hacked.
You life hacked it.
As the one I'm sorry, the one that I'm most looking forward to, probably I think Calliope.
Calliope,
because Brian Posehn played her in Force Grey, and Brian Posehn's podcast Nerd Poker is a tangible reason why my life has changed and gone into the pancake art direction. Like Ken Daly, who is Queep currently on the show, said the words "as depicted in pancakes," and it changed the course of my life forever. So I don't know if I can ever convey truly how much Ken Daly means to me.
Yeah. I mean, 4 words,
on
right?
A streamed show.
Yeah. 4 words changed your life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crazy. All right. Well, Gregzilla wants to know, hey Lee, what's the hardest thing you've ever had to turn to pancake art? Also, griddle, not frying pan.
Couple answers. Well, one of them is the time that I was bored and said to my boss, "Hey, I feel like making pancakes today. Got any recommendations?" And now to the layperson who doesn't do a lot of pancake art, that usually will result in something like, "Ooh, do cat dog," or a really fun kind of cartoon we all grew up with. His was Salvador Dali's Persistence of Memory.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I did it. And I mean, I'm super happy with it. I did have to mix 8 different shades of brown. But you know, that's just what you do.
But then you can be like, hey, look what I made. Like that's a crazy achievement.
Yeah. And then and what's the weird answer to that is the Zelda Triforce. I know that it's 4 triangles and no real shading.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing I've ever
really
because it's so symmetrical. And every piece needs to be like shields are a pain sometimes.
Yeah.
Anything that is that symmetrical. Like I said, I don't have the steadiest hands.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I come to this as a cook, not as an artist. Like a lot of our artists. So when I have like the intricate details and like when I'm doing D&D monsters, like I did a Tarrasque not too long ago.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It turned out really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was lots of little small adjustments and tweaks and things like that. So yeah, that was intense. But yes, your super basic, very symmetrical is actually the thing that when I see it, I go, "Hui."
Yeah. It's funny. The Legend of Zelda is one of my favorite like game series of all time. Like number one to me. Like nothing media wise has surpassed that yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I remember I grew up playing Link to the Past, and then just
that
was
it.
Sorry, no, that was one on Super Nintendo.
Who was the one on Game Boy?
Link's Awakening.
Was it? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was very young, but it was, a portable game that was more than the like Ninja Turtles go up, down.
Oh yeah, the little
those
button
things.
ones, yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's probably my favorite Zelda game actually. It's just because of what it meant while I was playing it.
Oh yeah. Ooh, getting ready for flip it. Yeah, the Game Boy version's been redone on the Switch. I haven't played that one yet. It's on my list to do.
Ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh
Ooh.
no!
Oh.
Saved.
Save. Oof. Boom. Oh, well, that's the last.
I will as soon as it cooks a little bit more. I'll readjust it for.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a little angled.
That's judging me for the nearly tearing the face apart.
Oh, yeah. Thank God. Good save. Yeah, the chat's just being like, "Oh my God, it's so great, amazing."
Thank you, chat.
Yeah. The details with like the cheekbones and stuff too is so good.
Like that's what I was talking about before too. How it's just a little line and then a little bit of shade to, because if I tried to really sculpt a cheekbone, the uncanny valley would click in to a very uncomfortable way.
Yeah. Mars has a question for me this time. Shawn, has this show inspired you to try pancake art yourself? Do you practice any art already? I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it, and then I said it out loud to my girlfriend, and then she laughed at me. So,
Shawn,
big no.
If you don't try this at home, I'm gonna be salty.
Oh no.
And you don't want salty pancakes.
Yeah. Nobody wants salty pancakes. All right, maybe I'll try it out at some point. Dave the Aztec says, Lee, who is your favorite character to draw / cook?
Ooh. We're talking idol champions right now, or
I think just favorite character in general, I think.
Jeez, I don't know if I have a character. It's the genre. I mean, I love monsters. I love doing the monsters I have, and I definitely love doing the character art of games that I watch, of friends, because that's one where it means more to someone else too.
Yeah.
That's why, like, if I'm ever doing an event where it's just walk up, if you have a photo or you want one made, tell me what it is. I'm never really that into someone saying, oh, I don't know, just do whatever you like to do, whatever your favorite thing to do is, because my favorite thing to do is the thing that you want the most. Because sure, I can knock out a Spider-Man face in 3 minutes, full cook time, because I've just done it so much, and it's but the look on someone's face when the thing they wanted is now a pancake in front of them is so much more than like, oh, well, I wanted to do this. So that's what my answer is. Like, what's your favorite thing to make? My favorite thing to make is what you want when I'm making it.
Good answer. Round of applause. I always think I'm messing this one up. Raph Azel says, question for you, do you prefer making D&D monsters or characters more in pancake form? Or do you prefer monsters or characters more to make?
Monsters?
More
frequently, just because there's so
different,
so
right?
much weird. Do
you have the Tarrasque hosted anywhere?
Yes, I do. I have it. I believe it's on my Instagram. I actually did it for Monsters and Multi-Classes for their podcast. And if I said that wrong, it's just multi-class, or I'm not 100% sure if I got that correct on that one. But really cool group of people, and they have that podcast that kind of just is like, hey, here are some suggestions if you're multi-classing. And so they did a Tarrasque thing, and I was doing a Sunday brunch here in Phoenix, and I had the downtime to give it 20 minutes to just really go ham on it. So I think it's on my Instagram. I know I posted it on
on your Twitter as well?
Yeah, for sure. It's just I know that Instagram is like the easier means to find such a thing, because it's like the past post without having to go through everything. But yes, I've done it a few times on.
Right, I'm just doing some adjusting really quick. Oh, kind of. Does that work? Yeah. Oh. All right, there we go.
I have a pancake for every occasion, so I can almost always reply to something with a pancake that makes sense, even if that making sense is a cowboy kitten riding a space shark that's throwing up a rainbow. I have that.
That seems so excessive. There's just so much to that statement.
It was an excessive pancake. Yeah. But that was there was a request from someone at a brunch, and I love to do that kind of craziness.
Cool. All right, so we got a question from Amber X Alt F4. It says, question for Lee and Shawn: what is the preferred pancake filling? What's yours?
Filling?
Yeah, like chocolate chips, blueberries.
I'm a real. It's less about filling for me. It's more about how good the syrup is.
Oh yeah, I have a preference for chocolate chip in my pancakes.
I think my only preference is not chocolate chip.
We were getting along so well.
I know, and this is not the best way to start, our new show here, but
Just the disagreements are always.
chocolate is so overused. And I mean, chocolate's fine, but like, oh, you got this really good cannoli. Let's ruin it by smothering it in chocolate.
Fair.
It insists upon itself too much for me.
Twitch Prime the Trevor, if I'm starting to mispronounce that one, asks, how do you mix the colors?
So if you're doing it at home, I recommend for sure doing kind of like what we do is we get icing gel food coloring. It's kind of what they use in baking. So like if you have a blue frosted cupcake or something, it's a little more concentrated so that you're not just putting a bunch of like the liquid food coloring into your... You're not putting like a bunch of liquid into your batter that's going to burn and color weird. Just something like... this is, I think, just I put... Oh, it's great, of course. The color's not going to show great.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a color. I put like 1 or 2 drops in. It really gets... You can really do some cool stuff with the colors, and it really does not affect the overall outcome of how it tastes.
Oh, that's good. I guess it just adds maybe probably a bit more like sweetness to it because of the sugar.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But not excessively. Not enough that I'd say like, whoa, what's in this? Extra sugar?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like a not notable thing unless you're really trying to be like, I noticed that this is not quite as sweet without the syrup in it or the coloring.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a preferred syrup for your pancakes?
I mean, just a really good maple, like a really like, someone tells you the farm it was made. Is it made on a farm? I feel.
No, maple syrup tapped from trees, right? You get the maple from trees.
But do you farm those trees? Do I have a maple tree farm? My Canadian friends, I'm so sorry. My Vermont friends, I'm so sorry. Still be my friend, please.
I feel like these are questions I should know as well. That I should have answers to.
Yeah.
Being a Canadian.
Right. Now, did you grow up on a maple farm? Because that would be a really easy way for us to kind of get the answer to this.
I did not know.
Well.
Yeah. I think the maple farm stuff was more Eastern Canada.
Search continues.
Yeah, search continues. Incris asks, are these edible too? They look incredible. Yes, they are edible.
They are 100% edible.
Yeah.
The only times they're not edible is when we do the process of preserving them and framing them.
Yeah.
Because we have preserved frame pancakes. Because why not? Because why not?
What's the preservation process like?
So if it's not going to be done immediately following, we freeze it first just to kind of keep it. And then you can do that as well. I always find it a little weird when someone's like, "Oh, I can't eat this. I'm going to put it in the freezer." I'm like, so is it just something you're going to pull out, look at, and go, "Oh yeah, that's great. All right," and then close your fridge back up, or but really, yeah. So we freeze it first, and then we freeze dry it. We pull the moisture out of it, and then use a resin and custom build the frame to go with it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Hank is our part owner, part my best friend, one of my best friends, and part just creative genius as it relates to. He's built our studio like pretty much by himself.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's coming along great, and it's really cool. And I think he may have grown up on a maple farm, so I can really get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. We'll grill him for next time.
Grill him.
Yeah. Davey asks, how many pancakes did you just charcoal learn how to do this right?
Say one more time.
How many did you burn or ruin trying to get this all right?
Well, I mean, the thing is,
mean, you're a professional cook, right? So
Yeah, but also sometimes I still burn.
yeah.
You know, it's not so much the burn because you keep it at a really low temperature.
Yeah.
For the most part, you want to keep it low. It's a lot more sustainable for the colors. Like if you ever see someone who has, color pancakes that they make, and it's mostly the inside that's colored, is because they're maybe using like a cooking oil or just doing it at the normal cooking heat. You want to try to keep it lower. If you're really trying to draw something, like take your time. Like right now, I have it a little higher than you may want it for taking your time, just because I'm a little faster now, 5 years into this. But it's, I have it about 200 to 250 degrees. So it's not ideal for just cooking a bunch of stacks of pancakes, but it is still definitely cooking consistently.
Cry 3737 asks, how do they taste? Is it just batter with food coloring?
Yeah, I mean, they taste like delicious pancake. Whatever batter you're using, if you're making your own, one of the things that I would just recommend is if you are going to try this, you're going to want to make it a little bit thinner, but not liquidy, kind of like the consistency of ketchup.
Oh, okay.
So you have some control, and it doesn't just ooze out.
Yeah.
My first time I ever did an event with pancakes was the first time I really kind of met them. Like came down to I met them once before, but I came to sign as an apprentice and then also work an event with them.
Oh.
And my batter was so much thicker at home, and so I had to kind of get used to. I had to get used to their style, but on, in the fire. Like I didn't get to really get as much practice in, so I couldn't turn my bottle over without oozing batter out.
Oh no!
And it's one of those things where when you make a mistake in something like this, you're trying to put a brave face on, because if you act like, oh, I failed, this isn't the way I wanted it to be, then the person you're making it for is going to have a real hard time with it too.
Yeah.
But if you kind of allow for the imperfections, but in this case, and it was for a little girl, so that kind of tact filter was not on.
Oh yeah.
And I made her a Little Mermaid, and it was like 5 attempts at turning over the pancake before, like, okay, or the bottle to draw.
Oh yeah.
And I basically was just like, okay, well, this is just happening. Whatever happens next, I'm going.
Yeah.
So I finished it, and I knew before flipping it just how bad it was going to be.
Oh no.
And she agreed. her dad was basically like, thank him. Like, I get it, I understand. That was hard for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like first day on the job for everything, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm new to this. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Our Green Paradox says, what would go good with Idle Champions pancakes? Maybe maple story syrup. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Do you ever play Maple Story?
You have a Maple Story?
No. Did you ever play Maple Story? Ever heard of it?
Oh, I did not.
No. Oh, okay.
Tell me.
I've played it on and off for like since high school. It's such like a. It's honestly, I don't even like. It's not even that. Not to be mean, it's not even that good of a game really, but it's very grindy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's good just to sit back and just like grind for like 5 hours, just keep doing that every once in a while.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then the question becomes: is it a game you play on a maple farm? You can answer that question
On a maple farm,
again.
In my maple house, in the maple tree.
Aw, I picture little gnomes playing in that maple tree.
Yeah. Zeke says, Shawn, I should have a stack of pancakes to eat during the stream in the future. But then you have to like, these mics are sensitive, so you just hear me like off on the side, and then that's not good. That's not good content. No one wants to hear me eat.
That is my least favorite thing that they do in movies when they're like, this guy's a pig, so we're gonna really make him hear him eating. So it's so exaggerated.
Yeah.
Oh, that is hard for me.
Gives me the shivers.
Yeah.
Dave the Aztec says, question, Lee, can we request a pancake version of Orkira for next week?
So I do believe that on this stream, we're gonna be sticking with, here are the characters that are buffed for the week.
Yeah.
So taking requests in that fashion would be a little bit difficult to do. But in the future, I mean, I still have my Griddle when I'm not doing Griddle Champions, so I may do another kind of pancake request thing on my Twitter, but for the stream, it's going to be pretty consistently the characters that are getting the buffs, and maybe the items in the chests if there's time permitted.
Yeah, but like you said, a lot of it does come down to like the coloring mixture and having all those colors available. It's kind of doing things on the fly makes it really, really difficult.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times, like if you ever see a lot of what my content usually is going to be either grayscale or monochromatic, so it feels like a pencil drawing sort of. I can do the shading, but I don't really go for the elaborate color work unless I do kind of a real basic palette.
Yeah. Nomad84 says, also, have we talked about Shawn's costume? Really going above and beyond, raising the bar for other show hosts now. Thank you, Nomad.
You mean uniform, not costume?
Right. Uniform. You have to wear a uniform when you're in the kitchen.
That was part of my contract. I demanded. I said, "Who's this Shawn cat?" And they told me, and I said, "Okay." But like, he wears a chef coat, right? Or the chef hat and an apron.
Yeah.
And I said, he wasn't going to. And I was like, I'm walking.
Yeah.
So,
to be honest, the first things out of my mouth when they said, "Do you want to do this?" after saying yes was, "I'm going to wear a chef hat and an apron."
Nice.
Yeah, because my first thing that came to mind was the Slayer's cake apron that we had at home, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta wear it." There's no way I can start the first stream for this and not be in like an outfit. And thank you to Eric for getting me the hat. I really appreciate it. Really brings it all together.
I see, Shawn, I had a feeling that you were going to bring up your apron again.
Of course.
I told you how jealous I was that you have it. But still, you flaunt in my face that you have a Slayer's cake apron, and well, you don't know. This is a Griddle. I could be wearing. You know what? I'm wearing a Slayer's cake full on. No, I don't.
Yeah, no. Nice try.
I think I'm wearing my Critical Bard shirt.
Ooh.
Yeah, great guy on Twitter, good friend. Actually, also in St. Louis. So I think he's hung out with Dan. If you watched the trailer for the new Critical Role show.
Did they do that? They did the Critter Hug? Yeah.
The music at the end, and I believe he's also in the beginning.
Oh, I'll have to rewatch it and listen.
His acapella is insanely cool.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff like on and off through like. I think he posts pretty often to the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Yes, Zeke, this is a Slayer's cake apron. I'll lift it up a little bit. So, actually, I'll stand. It'll be easier.
Just rubbing it in my face.
Yeah. Slayer's cake. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
So when we have our meeting after the show, I'm gonna just rail on you for continually bringing up the Slayer's cake.
What's Slayer's cake apron? The one I have, the one I'm wearing right now. That one.
Sorry, my eyes are sweating right now.
Yeah. It's really hot in here.
It is hot in here. I live in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my god, I could not. We my girlfriend and I went to Anime Expo. I think it was last year, and they had like their hot in California, and they had the hottest summer on record there. It was so, like Victoria's on an island, right? So I'm used to nice coastal breeze where it gets hot, but like it's not like thick. And down there was so dry. Like I was like, oh man, I don't know how you guys do it in like Phoenix and Arizona and like all that stuff.
Air conditioning.
Oh yeah, I guess that really that goes a long way.
Flip?
Oh, flip it. Flip that lizard. Oh, Deacon, that looks so. This one's my favorite one so far, I think.
Hey. That's canonically his voice, right?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Hey.
I'm gonna play songs for you. And since I can't see the chat, no one can tell me I'm wrong currently. So
that's true. Yeah. All I'm seeing is Lee, you're totally right. Lee would look really good in a Slayer's cake apron. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, wait, what was that?
Nothing. No. Yeah, everyone in the chat saying like it looks really good. Oh, but Lauren goes Doom.
Oh, hi, Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren popped in the chat. Mars is again saying Lee, you're so skilled. Zeke's is his favorite. Just everyone's been awesome. Pretty sure. Death McKilly says, I'm pretty sure this is some sort of forbidden magic.
I am a warlock, Pact of the Griddle.
Pact of the Griddle.
It seemed like a really fun thing at first, but as a patron, the Griddle asks a lot.
The demands are high.
Burn yourself, Lee. Yeah. I don't wanna. Yeah. Burn yourself.
Have you gotten to that point where like the burns just don't like matter anymore? You're like, oh, it happened again. I'm gonna just move on.
Yeah, I burn my arm every time. And here's the thing, I thought that was like, well, of course, because you're working on a hot griddle, all of us are burning ourselves. I'm the only pancakes artist that consistently burns themselves, apparently. No. Like, yeah, man, that almost never happens.
Oh.
I mean, we have the towel to prevent us from like burning ourselves, but I don't know, I go above and beyond. And careless. That's probably the more important one.
Yeah. So Mars has another question. Says, Lee, what has been your greatest hurdle in practicing your art? Like, is there a particular technique you struggle with?
Yeah. Interesting story. The one I'm about to do right now is a little bit of that hurdle is included. And not necessarily this one, because it's not really the anime style here, but anime style pancakes can be hard for a couple of reasons for me. One of them is the wild hair that covers part of the face and the eyes and stuff like that, because you're building, like, whatever I put down first sticks. So just real quick, because I think I'm doing pretty good on time, that line there is going to show through that line there.
Yeah.
So I have to make absolute sure that whatever you see first, I'm doing first. So, for instance, if the hair comes below an eye, kind of a way that kind of forces where the eyes are, it can be a challenge. So that when something covers something that's naturally supposed to be there, it can be hard, because a lot of times when I'm doing this, I go with the eyes and then the nose. I build the kind of the face first, and kind of do my sizing and distancing from there.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have to do this, I lose a little bit of that control.
Yeah.
For instance, I don't like that anymore.
So just as a recap, too, the pancakes I've been made so far have been Canterbury, Deacon, and Celeste. So those are 3 of the 5 of the Weekend Buff champions. I guess Zeke has a thing from, I guess we're talking about the eating pancakes on stream. This is Shawn ASMR pancake stream. I'm good.
Nom nom.
Yeah, get one of those. They have those like little weird like ear microphones.
Mm.
That it's like a microphone that has 2 ears on the side, and as you move back and forth, it like moves the sound over.
Hey, it's Shawn. I'm gonna eat some pancakes real quick.
Oh no! No, stop!
Does that interest you?
Oh God, no.
Too bad. Here goes. That's your life now.
this is what we do. Mara has another question. Shawn and Lee, what is your ideal pancake? Ideal pancake. Oh man. I don't know my ideal one, but like I know my favorite one so far has been. I was in Japan. They had those like really big fluffy pancakes, and it was salted caramel. Oh my god.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, so good.
That does sound super good.
Yeah. I was at the Square Enix Cafe. It was so good.
The Square Enix Cafe? That's even cooler now.
I mean, it's called Artnia. Artnia? Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, it's this cool like little dome place, and they have this one room in the back where you go in, and it's like a Final Fantasy like shopping area, or a bunch of like cool merch and stuff, and they have like a bunch of crystals like floating in the middle. It looks so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I spent way too much money in that place.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna...
Yeah, if you're gonna go, you might as well go hard, right? Yeah, Dave the Aztec. I guess when we're talking about the heat, yeah. Shawn, you just never go outside during the day. You run from AC to AC. Yeah.
You adjust, although it's, we have the opposite thing is you're not prepared for the heat. I have no real, here are winter clothes.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
So when we went to GaryCon last year, it was very cold.
It's really cold, yeah. Like, here on the island, like, we don't get winter that bad. Like, not at all compared to the rest of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's good.
Yeah. Like, if we do get snow, it's always, maybe, a couple, an inch or two. But that shuts down the city like no one else. Yeah, and, nobody in Victoria can drive in snow.
It's like if it rains out here, it's I want to say the apocalypse, but that doesn't feel right now.
Yeah. Maybe not the best.
But yes, when it's raining, the driving becomes just ridiculous.
Everyone's just shocked, right? So.
And then if you're someone who's like, the driving doesn't get so bad, then you're why it's so bad. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Well.
We'll be here in Victoria and we'll get an inch or two of snow. And oh my god, the snow is so high. School shut down, all the businesses are shut down, and then people in Ontario are looking at us with 3 feet of snow, being like, you need to not, you just stop talking. Greg Zilla 1 says, Lee, do you want me to start working on a Warlock Griddle pact now?
Yes.
Yes. Lauren asks, how late in the day do you have to wait to eat a beer pancake?
I mean...
That sounds like a brunch thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very brunch medium, too.
Yeah.
Because you can have it at any time.
Bring yourself?
Griddle.
Yeah.
Griddle. Yeah, Shawn, I burnt myself, okay? I'm fed up.
Well, maybe if you had a Slayer's cake apron, you wouldn't burn yourself, but
Oh, I wonder, is it too late to talk to Eric about a new...
No, man, you signed into this. We're in it to win it.
Oh, man. All right, well, in that case, I find you very enjoyable, so... I'm going to need you to change
I love the blue in the eyes there. It's so bright from the back side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Amber X Alt F4 says, other than pancakes, what is the best breakfast food?
Almost anything but waffles.
Yeah. Well, waffles is all about what you put on the waffle, I feel like.
No.
No? Are you just biased to pancakes? Is that all it is?
Yeah, I mean, no, obviously not. But waffles are, they're garbage food. Everyone hates. I'm just kidding. No, but it just feels like I'm not allowed to like waffles because pancakes.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Pancakes are the superior one out of the two.
well, also, I mean, how you gonna waffle art? You gonna make a waffle iron per thing? It's gonna be great at request. It's like, yeah, ooh, can I get my face as a waffle? Like, oh, did you say a snake? Because that's all I have.
Did you mean a checkerboard? Because that's all I have. It's just a checkerboard.
Yeah. Maybe Gil can help you.
Yeah, yeah. Best. Yeah. I think my sausage is one of my favorite. I think.
Yeah, I do love a good sausage.
Yeah. Oh man, there was one sausage I had like years ago at a music festival, but I've never been able to find it, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called linguiça. Linguiça, I think that's what it is, something like that. But it was probably the best sausage I've ever eaten in my life.
Chat, someone help this man find his
Help me
linguiça
find.
sausage.
I need to get my sausage in my life. Dave the Hashtag says, Lee, isn't burning yourself the equivalent of sacrificing for your art?
I mean, it is, but it's like a sacrifice that you're specifically told you don't have to make. So it's just, it feels like foolish.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you could not be burning yourself. Like, but art. Like, yeah, but why?
I don't want to burn myself for it. Snow White Tiger, you know what? That's probably it. Yeah, linguiça? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's a smoke-cured pork sausage seasoned with garlic and paprika.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really good. I think that's it.
Those sound really good.
Yeah, from Portugal and Brazil, yeah. Oh, man, I gotta go find some. Ooh.
Yeah. Can we put up, like here's a P.O. box for if you want to send Shawn and Lee sausages.
We gotta find somewhere in the middle between like Phoenix and Victoria, then, and like we can just meet there and have a breakfast.
Oh, when the time that is an allowable thing,
yeah,
there will be breakfast had. Although it is kind of it's funny when I think about pancakes. I really struggle to think of them as a breakfast food item. Like I remember there was one time where me and my girl were at home and we hadn't gone shopping, and so there's like nothing in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I'm hungry, but there's nothing here. And I think she said, "Oh yeah, pancakes are a food."
Like you forgot because you just do art with them all the time.
Yeah, I look at it like I wouldn't take like an oil painting and be like, "Ooh, delicious."
Yeah.
Oil paint.
Looks like people are guessing it's Jamila for the. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I think people are just guessing Jamila. Oh, someone in chat said you're not a fan of eggs.
Ooh. All right.
Is that a subject?
I really am gonna need people to stick with this show. I really enjoy being here. If I could professionally dislike a thing, it would be eggs.
Really? What is about eggs?
Almost every. I mean, if you can taste it, eggs go in stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need a good binder and things like that, but the taste and smell of eggs is just it's aggressively bad to me.
Oh no. My girlfriend really hates eggs as well. She doesn't like the taste of it. Yeah.
And it's just it smells like eggs.
Lawrence says, I love liquid chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not like I like eggs, but then it's not like, oh, I gotta have eggs every day, man. Like that's not me.
Yeah, and there are people that are.
Yeah. The people who like eat like yolk straight and stuff, that whew.
Yeah, but they're training for the big fight.
Yeah, that's true. Get that protein. Mars asks, what are your favorite colors to work with? Do you have a preferred palette?
Ooh, when I have the time to really be focusing on the colors that I'm working with, as opposed to like, the simple palette.
Hmm.
I really love, kind of like you were saying with those eyes, blues, purples, and greens.
Oh yeah.
They can just be, because the variants that I get to make a lot of times, like a teal is just, it's so beautiful. A good teal. I mean, teal's all right.
Yeah. Purple.
Blues are
Purple
cool.
is my favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So many things look good in purple. So someone in chat, Ging Inc. Says, I love mushrooms, but then I'm just a fun guy. That's such an old joke.
I know, but it's a classic.
Definitely a classic, yeah.
I gotta say, I mean, I'm not confirming or denying what people are guessing on this one,
Yeah.
but it is really nice when the guesses are at the very least like close. Because boy, would I feel bad if someone's like, "That's Minsk right there."
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got.
Well, I feel like Minsk is a very clear, definable like tattoo, right? It's like, I mean, the moment you start drawing him and you do that kind of purple curve, people are like,
Yeah.
oh, right there. I got
Yeah,
it.
someone sees purple on the palette.
Yeah. Zeke, no, this is definitely a bird song.
Oh. Where's this color I'm looking for? There it is. This is a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, like I said earlier, like it's amazing to think that I am now streaming and talking to you while you're making pancakes. It's a lot of fun.
And it is one of those things too where I kind of was like, so I'm gonna make pancakes for 2 hours and people are gonna watch that. Is that something that is enjoyable?
Are people actually gonna watch this? Like, is that something? Do I need to be?
It is something.
Yeah.
And I've learned a long time ago that it is actually, it's one of those things like, oh
no.
Yes, that's what we call extreme pancakes. Sometimes you just smash into your camera with your arm.
Oh, I think the camera moved a little bit to the right.
How we doing?
I think that's better. Yeah. Someone asked if you recognize this username, FTTYMCT.
Hey, Tyson.
Hey.
That is my best. Well, I want to say best friend, but that chosen family, my brother.
Oh yeah.
A real jerk.
That's how you treat your best friends.
Actually, I'm sort of the opposite. Like, I've never understood the people that are like really mean to their friends. Like, I'm jokingly giving them crap, but like all the time. Like, if I'm at work and I see like these friends being just, oh no, it's fine, we're friends, we're just joking. I'm like, you ever try being just like positive and nice and supportive?
You kind of just go, ew, that's not me.
Yeah. If jokingly you're being a jerk 80% of the conversations you're ever having, at what point are you just being a jerk?
Yeah.
Reminding your new friend about all the Slayer's cake that you have and they don't.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never said anything like that in my life.
Like, that would be like a real garbage thing to do, right?
Yeah,
Like,
man, that would just be the worst friend to keep reminding somebody that I have this cool piece of merch that you don't. Like, it's who does that?
I don't know. I just dropped all my bottles on myself.
Oh no!
All right, so I need to. How's that?
I think if you move a little bit more to the left, I actually see like the right side of the griddle. No, other way, other left.
So my right.
Yes.
How's that?
A little bit.
Because I don't
Or is that
see
good?
your.
Oh, I think that's good right there. I think you're good
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Not for nothing, but a text came through from Tyson who said you need to center your camera.
Thank you, Tyson. Appreciate the help. Ooh. Rafazels asks, Lee, have you ever made your own pancakes, your own characters for practice? I want to see Jericho as a pancake.
Well, I mean, all I really need to make Jericho as a pancake for is get an Elven Autolycus from Xena, because it's got real big Autolycus energy. Bruce Campbell's character from the Xena show.
Oh. Is this your swashbuckler?
Our home game, yeah.
Okay.
Refuzel is it's Dali. Hi, Dali. Hi, Will, John, Chalet. If you're all watching, hello. Yeah, because that's the thing is then I have to draw it first, and circling back, I get real tired of drawing really quickly, because it's just one of those things where when I don't have that clock, I have a lot more time to look at my stuff and go, oh, that's not good.
Uh-oh, getting ready to flip. Oh, any final guesses, people? Anyone doesn't know what it is yet?
It's Dritz.
Yeah, it's Dritz, yeah. Mars says, time for rage. It's jam, yeah.
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 I mean, maybe. I don't know.
No. I think it's a pancake, yeah. Correct, it is Jamila. Woo. Yeah, I can see what you mean by the hair in front of the eye. That would be, especially because you're doing it upside down, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the detail on the scarf looks so good too.
Yeah, that one. That's one of the things that's fun about this. Sometimes is being really surprised when something works like that, where you just kind of look at it and go, like, "Oh, hey, wow, that's actually a pretty good."
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Talon wants to know if that's a drywall tool you're using.
Oh yeah, everyone knows when you're cooking, a spackle knife is by far the most. Yes. Only used for pancake art, though. This is
not for actual spackling.
Yeah. I have not gone back and forth like, okay, make this pancake, spackle this wall, lather, rinse, repeat.
A part-time contractor, part-time cook. Michael USA asks, isn't Shawn Waffle Crew? No, I'm Pancake Crew right now. Eric asks, Shawn, this is Eric the boss, says, when we met at the airport at 5:30 a.m. on the way to Gen Con, did you ever imagine you'd be doing this less than a year later? Not at all. Not even close.
Well, for me, I kind of knew because the prophets told me. I was at the shore. You know how it is. Put the quarter in the machine. She loves quarters.
Yeah. Okay, you'll be doing pancake art.
Pancake for a quarter? I love quarters.
Yeah, I remember like I don't know if you heard this story. The way I got this job here was my girlfriend and I were going to Gen Con in last August, and we were sitting at the breakfast area of the airport, and Eric walked in wearing like a D&D Pride shirt, and I was like, oh hey, that's a cool shirt, and I said, oh hey man, like nice shirt, you going to Gen Con? And he's like, yeah, are you going to Gen Con? And that just like sparked a conversation, and then like partway through he's like, you know what, here's my card, we're looking for this, email me once you're done Gen Con and we'll see what we can do. And I was like, oh okay, and that like took over my brain the entire Gen Con. I was like, oh, I gotta figure my resume, I gotta make a new cover letter, what are the interview questions, I gotta play the game now, oh my god, I have to download this game, and like just started like listing stuff off. My girlfriend heard it all weekend, and she was like, you need to stop, we need to enjoy Gen Con. I was like, but
yeah, really. It's like the best way to hijack your Gen Con.
Yeah, is get a job offer for a game company. It just proves that just saying like nice things, just saying like, hey man, that's a cool shirt, and like start sparking the conversation can do so much, and just like change your entire just change life in just like quick second, right?
As depicted in Pancakes, man.
As depicted in Pancakes, yeah. Yours is that, mine's, hey man, nice shirt. Cantankerous Gandalf asks, Are pancake art conventions or breakfast food art conventions a thing? If so, what are the best ones to watch / attend?
Well, as of right now, Grilled Champions is a pretty good one.
Yeah, I think we're number one in that market.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing I've always said is if you ever want to be one of the 10 best in the world at something, like just do something only 10 people are doing.
Yeah.
There's more than 10.
Yeah. Do you have like a pancake artist that you look up to? That's like, this person is like the person I like kind of aspire to be like.
Perfect. So with a company of I think currently 8 artists, you want me to
Well, everybody has like a muse or like someone like, you know,
Daniel
like
Drake. If you're listening, it's Dana. No, I mean Dan is Dan Cakes. The Dan and Dan Cakes.
Oh, the Dan and Dan Cakes.
He is phenomenal, and his portrait work is super great. And with his stuff, like he can draw through the shading really well,
Ooh.
which I find to be really impressive. Just to be able to do that, but then also, you know, Dana is one of the most amazing like illustrating drawings. Like because she came to us as like a really good illustrator. So like her no sketchbook needed is her Instagram, and just her artwork, her drawings are so like her expressiveness is so good. And then Ben's got his style is so uniquely him that if I look at any pancakes, I can pull like this is the one Ben made. And he's, you know, he actually came to. He's a musician who basically was touring with Dan, and they were doing kind of like a music and pancakes thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it was just a matter of like, hey, we got a lot of people coming up for pancakes, so Ben just jumped into it. And he also he develops our camera work and all that. I mean, he's just total utility player. And then we've got myself, Jenny, and Ryan are the ones that are not the St. Louis local.
Mm-hmm.
So, I made this way too big.
Oh no.
That's all right. We're good enough on time that I'm just gonna say sorry.
Yeah. Redo. People a lot of guesses right now, or people guessing Ashara or Keelik. It's the beak. The beak's giving it away.
What beak?
Yeah, there's no beak here.
That wasn't a. Oh my gosh, I'm doing the oh my car guy from Street Fighter.
I did see someone mention Foghorn Leghorn.
I think that it would be so good if Street Fighter had that guy as a playable character.
Street Fighter had Foghorn Leghorn?
Well, I mean, also yes.
Oh, okay.
But you remember those stages where you had to like beat up the car?
Oh yeah.
And then at the end, some dude comes out and just goes, "Oh my car!"
Oh yeah. he spent years training to get these guys back.
Yeah, where's his moment in the sun?
It's almost like the cabbage guy from Avatar.
Right.
Oh, my cabbages. RF Switch Art asks, Lee, how have you, your wife, and especially your child been handling the cabin fever?
Animal Crossing has been super helpful for my lady.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And it's hard, especially because I, up until very recently, was going to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I would definitely was really hurting my mental health a little bit, to the extent that I kind of had to step away for a little bit. Just it's one of those things. Like hopefully for just a little bit, but coming home from out there every day, kind of being afraid of like getting my under a year-old child sick.
Oh, yeah.
Really getting to me. So, yeah. I mean, that's another reason why just doing this is so nice, because for so many reasons. One, I have a new, and I'm just gonna say it, best friend in Shawn, and I do expect you to say it back to me.
Okay, best
and
friend.
me
Of course.
and me. Oh,
already. Look at us.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Make best friends so fast.
Well, I mean, when we were younger, you could just walk up to people and be like, "Hey, best friends," and they'd say, "Okay," and that's it. So I did that. No,
Yeah.
but I needed a win in life with everything going on. So there was one thing that was really great about it, and I think that everyone needs a distraction right now. So it's really it's nice to be able to do something at home that we can all be a part of and that's interactive. And
I did see someone earlier in the chat say like this is a nice kind of like cathartic thing to just sit back and watch and relax to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the chat's like, did we just become best friends? Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
See, that's when things cool down. I would love to do karate in the garage.
Let's go do karate in the garage. I actually did take a bunch of martial arts growing up, so I know a bit.
I did Taekwondo enough to say I know a bit, but not really be able to show knowing a bit.
Yeah.
I can make it look almost like I know anything, but I don't.
Yeah. My grandfather was, I was getting mixed up. I think he was a 6th Dan black belt.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like he had gone to Japan, lived in Osaka for a while, trained there, came back, had his own dojo. I have this one specific memory of going to his house, and I go to give him a hug, and he hits me like underneath the armpits, and my arms just go, and I can't move them, like above my head, and I'm like, I can't move my arms. He's like, yeah, it'll wear off in like 5 minutes, and he just left me there. It's like, what? I just wanted a hug. Like, what, Grandpa?
That's awesome. I actually had one of my absolute best friends growing up. He was in Kung Fu, and I was, he was like, oh yeah, you can come to my class one day and kind of mess around and have some fun. And I was doing a Taekwondo bout at that time as well. Mm-hmm. And so, I had a little bit of power behind my kicks, at the time. Not tangible power, but like I could kick harder than.
Yeah. You knew how to kick properly. I think it's that point there at that point, right? So.
Well, I thought so.
Yeah.
Because we did this thing where it's like a round kick, and then you kind of do a kick to the inner thigh.
Oh yeah.
That is like a block. And so when he did, you're supposed to do it like just kind of practicing, getting the motion down, and I kicked him harder than was necessary, and he did a very Bruce Lee like bounce a little bit.
Oh, no.
Look at me, smile and nod. And then it was my turn. And he kicked me, like you said, properly.
Yeah.
Not hard. In fact, it was like an anime thing where it was like that gentle breeze. And then afterwards you go, oh.
You fall over, yeah.
Yeah. And he
hits you with one like, what? And then kicks you in the leg.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I monologued like, it didn't even hurt. I feel nothing. I feel a cool breeze. Yeah. What is this sensation? Blood.
Yeah, this is his power. This is nothing.
Right.
D plays. This is for the Jamila pancake. Says, how did the eyes get that color from the original cyan?
Which one?
For the Jamila pancake.
Oh. Well, part of it's cook time. Like as it's on the griddle for a while, it does, especially lighter colors.
Mm-hmm. They tend to darken, I guess, or
they can, and they can. Well, it's also more that they start to, like food does, brown.
Yeah.
So that if I'm doing something where there's like a lot of speed involved and I take too long,
mm-hmm.
like this one, I have the temperature actually about the same. But if I have a temperature a little lower like I do, then that doesn't really happen as much. But where your heating elements are on the griddle
mm-hmm.
can produce more heat than you're trying to go for, so you will have some lines. Sometimes it kind of works out, though, because it's sort of like added shading. Like, oh wow, the color changes because of the shading, and you kind of go with it, even though it wasn't on purpose.
When it works out, when it works for the best, it just kind of works for you. You're like, this is not intended, but I'm going to pretend it was to make myself look better.
Yeah. Never admit when something wasn't intended.
Yeah. Dave the Aztec asks, isn't that spackle knife a little rough on the griddle surface?
Well, the thing is, you actually want your griddle to stick a bit.
Oh.
Because if you have like a when I have a non-stick griddle, like a new griddle, and it's so nice and I'm so excited, then I take my steel wool
and just wreck it.
And just take out some aggression. No, because the thing is, if it's not sticking at all, then your lines aren't going to stick.
Yeah.
And you're going to have so much peeling, and you're going to be very upset. There will be tears. There will be blood. So it's actually important that it does have a degree of sticking. And the spatula can sometimes be too thick, too wide, and too blunted.
Mm-hmm.
So that, you don't want to do bludgeoning damage when you're trying to do piercing.
Yeah.
So it's important for me to kind of have that thing where it's very thin, very metal. It's very metal.
Metal.
And I'm able to just kind of gently lift up edges. But as the griddle gets older, then you definitely do need to kind of get a new one because it will start to get too rough on the pancake.
Yeah. You mentioned yesterday too when we were like testing things out was that these griddles are like special ones in the way the burner is in the back.
The one that I am currently using, we actually have a Dan Cakes branded griddle that we designed.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's you get some squeeze tube bottles, you get a booklet that gives you a few techniques, but also the important parts to it is going to be the heating element here kind of does that. So you've got a cool spot like that. Mm-hmm. But the one on our griddle that you can get on dancakes.com are coiled like a sort of like those brownie pans that you can get where you get more edged brownies because it just coils in.
Oh, yeah.
So it's even heat distribution. And also our knobs for our heat control are a little bit more, a little bit more control over what that ends up being heat-wise. But I currently don't have my Dan Cakes griddle. I need one, though. And was going to get one this past week at GaryCon. Then plans ended up changing for everyone. So I will be getting my Dan Cakes branded griddle, and that'll be really fun.
Is it soon or soon TM?
Soon, hopefully.
Mars wants to know what's the ultimate fate of these pancakes. I just imagine you're gonna have a really, really big breakfast.
Say one more time.
What's the ultimate fate of these pancakes? Are you gonna eat them all for breakfast after this?
I mean, here's the thing, guys. Do you want the answer that you want to hear of? Oh man, I eat them all, and I get the powers of these champions, or the like. I've eaten so many pancakes in these 5 years that they are not fated to be fooded. I'm sorry. The ultimate fate is photographs and
fed to the wife and child. Huh?
Yeah.
There we go.
Because he's old enough to eat pancakes.
Yeah. Ah, man. The point of like eating the pancakes and getting the powers, like if you could cast a spell from D&D, just one, that wasn't like wish, what do you think your one spell would be? There's
never been an easier answer for me.
Oh.
I have always, forever wanted the ability to have telekinesis.
Oh, nice.
And I feel like I would get in really bad shape because why would you ever do anything again?
Yeah.
I played last year. I played at GaryCon actually. I played this game where it was like a telekinetic character, and I kind of talked to them like, hey, if it's just for flavor and stuff like that, can telekinesis be pretty much the only thing he does? And so we basically had like a big flat metal surface that was his like floating bed. His name was Glarf.
Glarf.
And it's basically all he did was like telekinetic. It's things that worked within the mechanics, but yeah, because just the idea of like, yeah, I can move everything with my mind. Like, why are Jedi in shape is the real question.
Yeah. If I thought I would just lift myself up and carry myself wherever I went.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. A lot of people in Garwar and chat says Mage Hand. So it's almost like the weak telekinesis. Magic Missile. I mean, sure. Counterspell. But if you're the only person who can cast magic, would Counterspell be useful? What if you're at like a magic show and the magician's trying to do their trick and you cast Counterspell and just ruin their act?
And now, if you'll feast your eyes on what's behind the curtain, Counterspell.
Yeah.
My career.
Oh no. Yeah.
But here's the real thing, though. How do you know you don't have Counterspell?
Whoa.
Right? You've never been able to prove that you do or don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if I could cast, if it was just one spell, I don't think Counterspell would be the way I want to go.
What would the spell be?
I don't know. Like it is a tough one. I now that you said telekinesis, I'm kind of okay with that. Simulacrum would be cool too.
I wouldn't want another me. I'm a handful.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Alter Self would be good.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
But, I'm like, especially because like my girlfriend and I just do cosplay. If I just alter self to make myself into the character I'm cosplaying, boom, done.
The savings.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of people saying prestidigitation. So you never have to clean your house. You just walk around, you're like, prestidigitation, and just clean everything up. Make it look all nice.
Yeah, that would be a great power for like a real estate agent.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
this house is dirty.
I produce the smell of cookies.
Yeah. What else are people saying? Polymorph. You need mass teleport. Screw you, airlines.
Yeah, but the unpredictability of like.
Yeah, if you've never been there, you just might end up somewhere completely different. Like, I'm in a volcano.
Hey, we're gonna go to Mount Fiji, maybe.
We'll take you anywhere you want to go. Destination not included. Unlock any door. Zeke says fireball. Everything can be solved with a fireball.
But the real question is, think of how many D&D spells we have already with like sending.
With like technology, yeah.
Yeah, sending is a fireball, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think teleport would be like one of the most useful things, especially if in places you've been before.
Yeah.
Yeah. This weekend I'm going to go back to Japan, and boop, I'm there. Like easy.
How many spell slots do you have? That's the thing.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, can I cantrip a dimension door? Because then I want people within every 500 feet to see me being amazing.
Yeah. just dimension dooring everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I just show up somewhere, people may not know I showed up. You ready?
Oh yeah, flip it. Oh, that was now I'm torn. I don't know if I want like Deacon or Keelix more. Oh man.
He does have this thing like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
So a little tilt that makes it like,
Yeah. It's kind of I know this looks good. Yeah, and those are the weekend buffs. So to go over it again, it's Jamila, Celeste, Deacon, Keelik, and Canterbury. And we are going to have the GEB Deacon's slot 4. So it's Troubadour Troop.
And then with this last 10 minutes, I think I'm going to go for speed.
Oh, speed it up.
And 10 minutes for... Boop, boop, boop. I can do the...
Well, actually, someone's asking if we can show them all again.
Oh.
Can you do that or did you already toss them? Or, I mean, eat them. Did you already eat them?
Yeah, I took big old bites of all of them. I have pictures of them all.
Yeah, we'll share them. They'll be shared on social media again.
Yeah.
So they'll be out there in the world. Well, there's Keelix again. Keelix is really good, yeah.
I was messing with you. I still have.
Okay. You got me. You got me in my Slayer's cake apron. Yeah, I'm torn between Keelik and Deacon being my favorite ones. Pictures with bite marks.
We're boosted!
Woo! There they are.
Now let me sing about it.
Yeah, pancake art, man. Super cool. Now my new favorite form of art.
Yes!
AMT0043 asks, is there a methodology behind picking the weekend buffs? I think it's more of a that's a red room. That's a dual quiz question. I personally am not too sure, but they kind of come up with it like in big chunks. So we usually have the next couple weeks kind of all prepared and ready to go. But I will see if I can get an answer to that in the next couple minutes.
All right, let's do this. Let's just do some speed on this.
All right, speed it up. Let's go. Let me turn up the speed dial. 1 sec. All right, just checking with the Chris's to see an answer for that one. So yeah, storyteller Mario says speed potions go.
Look, you're gonna be tempted to do a lot of things with your friends, but please don't do haste.
Yeah, don't do haste. Yeah.
That was in my home game we had a big thing about like, hey, there's gonna be a lot of pressure and you want your peak performance, but don't do haste.
Yeah. Is haste right for you?
Yeah. Sure, you'll feel great in a moment, but
yeah, that 1 minute afterwards, the come down's really bad. Talon Claus says, this has been really awesome content. I'm so glad this has become a reality for you, Lee. See y'all later. I'm going to get DM screens and dice vaults out. I'm assuming out. Bye, Talon Claus. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much.
Oh, people are guessing what it is. People think maybe a mimic. It's Mars thinks it's a GE. Are the different colors also different flavors?
Well, I mean, it's sort of like the movie Hook, where if your imagination can get you there, yes. But no, it's all just pancake batter.
Yeah.
Pretty much just the the coloring is the gel coloring. So
yeah,
you can achieve such a thing, but natural coloring of like the food, the pancakes, the cook time becomes a lot more challenging to kind of like, yes, you could probably make a red out of beets, but will it cook
yeah.
the red that you want?
Yeah. Does anybody want beet pancakes?
Tell these pancakes to beat it. No.
Mars asked an animated pancake familiar when. It's a cool little stack that just kind of like bites. It's like a stack of mimic pancakes.
A breakfast mancer in general.
Yeah, breakfast mancer. Yeah. Oh, C&E Mark had a friend who made delicious beet pancakes and cakes. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, of course it's doable.
Yeah. I mean, food's food, right? So.
I mean, I'm making art out of pancakes on a stream for Idle Champions. What isn't achievable?
Yeah. A war-forged iron chef, yeah.
Cast iron chef.
A cast iron chef, yeah. It's like preloaded with all the recipes, so it already knows how to cook stuff. Greg Zilla asks if they're allowed to talk about the thing.
No.
No?
I don't know what the... I mean,
The thing could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the thing is. Now I'm curious what the thing is. So once you put the thing out in the world, it just... People want to know about it, and that's not okay.
I'd keep a lid on the thing for the time being.
Oh, a certain bard subclass?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep a lid on it for now?
No, I mean, you could talk. We're working on doing a bard subclass that is College of the Griddle, so it's a pancake art bard.
College of the Griddle.
Mm-hmm.
Have you come up with any abilities for it yet? Any?
Well, one of the things that I've always wanted to be, just how cool would a mimic familiar be? It's just a thought I've always had.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the magic of a really good piece of pancake art being so realistic that the magic of it, that the magic of the class, that becomes a mimic of whatever you made. And so you kind of get to have almost a mimic familiar. Is one of the biggest abilities is the pancake art you make becomes a real mimic with a few tweaks.
A couple spells and get up and running.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost like one of those like animated carpets or like animated brooms or swords, right? So. Oh, here we go. Here's the flip. Soon. Boom. So yes, that's the GE we got for this week.
The Deacon Bracers.
Yeah, it's his slot 4, the Bracers of Epic Adventure.
And there you go.
There we go. That's it. Look at that with 3 minutes to spare, right on time, guys.
So I gotta vamp for 3 minutes then, right?
Oh god, what are we talking about? 3 minutes. How do we fill the space? A flip emote would be really good, Lauren. Yeah. All right. Okay, I think we will wrap it up then.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining, for staying. Stay home, stay safe as best you can.
Wash your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do have one more stream today. We do have the Garwar stream here from 1 to 3 later on today. So make sure to check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. No pancakes, unfortunately, but I think it'll be just as fun. So I'll probably be in chat while I'm working on some tickets when I get home. Lee, thank you so much. Those pancakes were amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm extra excited for next week when we can do next week's reveal as well. Oh, look at that. Oh, thank you. Oh, you can't really see the smiley face. Oh, there we go. All right, guys. Yeah, so Garwar stream 1 to 3 later today. We will see you next week for more pancake goodness on Griddle Champions. Have a good day, rest of your day, and see you later.
Bye, everybody. Thank you
Bye.
so much.